Lightweights throwing down Beneil Dariush coming in at plus 360, going up against Salkilld, who comes in at minus 460. Now, Dariush is coming off of a very quick knockout loss to Benoit Saint-Denis last time around. Now, that was a fight where I had big confidence in Dariush, right? He was coming off that big win over Renato Moicano. It seemed like his durability was not much of an issue. Obviously, Charles Oliveira was able to TKO him after Dariush had a pretty strong start against Oliveira in those first couple minutes. And then Sarukian was able to nuke him a few months after that. I was glad that he was able to bounce back against Renato Moicano. We got a good plus money number on him that night. And I really thought, had his durability held up against Saint-Denis, that was a very winnable fight for him. Because Dariush, when his durability is there, is a very tough fighter to control in grappling scenarios, right? The Mateusz Gamrot fight is a perfect example of that. The Diego Ferreira fights are perfect examples of that. He's a guy that does not settle for bad positions. He scrambles very well. His BJJ is very high level, and he had improved his striking game so much so throughout his career that he would largely just lean on his striking rather than go to his grappling. But Saint-Denis exposed that he had, a very shaky chin still. And we saw how quickly Dariush ended up going out there. And it didn't even seem like the biggest shots that were hurting Dariush. He just couldn't handle it. And that was very unfortunate to see. And he's one of these guys, besides Tony Ferguson, that has had the saddest run in lightweight in the lightweight history. He had this crazy 8-fight winning streak that he had going into the Charles Oliveira fight. There were so many instances that he probably could have fought for the title, but there was just so much fuckery going on, right? You had the Makhachev thing going on. You had Conor coming in and out of the division. There's just too much going on in the lightweight division that it just kept Dariush from fighting from the title. And now he finds himself 1-3 over his last 4 fights. He's getting up there in age. His durability just doesn't seem to be sticking around anymore, and it's very sad to see. So much so to the point that, the UFC's putting him in the spot to potentially give a guy like Salkilld the potential to put on another highlight reel performance in front of a home crowd as well. So speaking of Salkilld, this kid has absolutely been killing it. He lost his first pro fight back in February of 2021, and now he's won 11 straight fights, including, I believe, 4 of them in the UFC, 3 of those wins coming by finish. Obviously, there was that big knockout win that he had in the opening seconds against Anshul Jubli in his UFC debut. He was able to outwork Yanel Ashmouz, knocks out Nasrat Haqparast with a nasty head kick that face planted Nasrat Haqparast. And then he had that beautiful submission victory over Jamie Mullarkey as well. Going into the Mullarkey fight, Salkilld was a massive favorite. I think he was like minus 500. And I thought people were overlooking Mullarkey to a certain extent because I thought, Mullarkey would stay competitive enough in the striking realm, maybe get into the grappling and really cause Salkilld to, be forced to go into deeper water. But it was Salkilld that ended up coming out grappling. He was the one that was getting the better of those positions and then eventually got that rear naked choke to put Mullarkey away. So this kid continues to get better every single time out, and he's only 26 years old. He's similar to Steve Erceg in the sense that they're very well-rounded. Nasty Muay Thai game, BJJ black belt. Wherever the fight will go, they will more than likely either have the advantage or be good enough to be competitive against their opponents there. And he's only 26 years old. It's crazy. I love everything about this kid, and I'm glad that the UFC is slowly pushing him now, so much so that they've given him this co-main event spot against a veteran like Beneil Dariush. Now, if Dariush went on and lost a decision against Benoit Saint-Denis, I would be more than happy to take an underdog shot on him here at plus 360. But the lack of durability in him now is just very tough to get behind and to trust. Thus, I got to go with Salkilld here. I think he's just much closer to his prime, way more durable. I'd kind of be surprised if he tries to go out there and just try to out-grapple Dariush. I don't think that's going to work out well for him, or at least not to the point that he'll be able to dominate Dariush there. I think if Salkilld comes out there striking first, striking heavy, striking focused, he should be able to find that big shot to put Dariush away here. So I'll go Salkilld. I'll go Salkilld by knockout. I'd kind of be surprised if he finishes Dariush by submission. I think Salkilld probably gets that finish pretty early here, coming in round 1. If Dariush's chin shows up, like that's the weird thing about mixed martial arts, right? There are days where guys who have very bad chins, their chins hold up, and we see them go 15 minutes. This could be competitive. But if it doesn't show up, which I don't think it will, Salkilld will end up looking minus 460 and getting that early finish here. So I'm going to go Salkilld and Salkilld by knockout. I'll look at props later on this week as they continue to drop, but I like Salkilld here, and I think he gets the finish.